Hello, I'm Holly, and you're listening to another episode of Talking Games. Hello, happy 2024. How are you all doing? How was your break? How was the holiday season? How was your new year? Mine was great. As you can see, I'm a little bit late in coming forward with this episode. We'll go into that in this episode, I guess. But it's lovely to see you at Hollywood Jays on all socials. Do reach out. Let me know you're enjoying the podcast. And, you know, tell me you had a lovely new year and a good break and you're ready for what this year has to bring. I actually sat down and recorded this episode last week and hit the delete button. It took me a minute to get back into the swing of everything. I don't know about you, but I don't know. The New Year's a weird one, isn't it? Because I obviously enjoyed New Year, had a great time. The whole thing about New Year's resolutions is the first point I want to bring up today, because I feel like sometimes they have the absolute complete opposite effect on me. And I don't know about you, but I was seeing a lot of like on news feeds, on social media, on Twitter, I'm going to do this in 2024. I'm going to hit this amount of followers. I'm going to hit this amount of views. I'm going to hit this amount of subscribers. All like very much like numbers, a numbers game of New Year. And I think it serves a purpose of, you know, making someone reading that feel like, oh, gosh, I'm not in that headspace. I'm not going to do that. And it kind of got to me in that sense, because I thought, you know, should I be making these rules or these like guidelines for the year ahead? And it almost makes you feel a bit like, oh, I don't feel like that. Or should I be feeling that motivated on January 1st? And it's okay not to feel like that. And that is kind of what I started talking about last week. And I think I was in that thing where I thought, do you know what? I started recording. I think I got about 14 minutes in, because I do these all in one take. I sit down, no editing. I sit down and just rattle off my thoughts. I rattle them off. Throughout the couple of weeks between episodes, because this is out every 2 weeks, I kind of write a few notes and bullet points down in my journal, and kind of call to that. But it really does just fall out of my brain. And it wasn't really falling out of my brain last week. I knew I was going to be a week later anyway because of the new year, but then I was a week later again because of that. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to be kind to myself. It's not flowing straight out of my head this week. I'm going to be kind to myself and give myself another week to get my head around the new year. And new year, new me, you know. But yeah, so I just wanted to say it's okay to feel like that. I felt like it last week. And, you know, this whole thing about like setting like exact numbers, it got me thinking about like, I don't really set New Year's resolutions. I mean, one thing I'm trying to do this year is take my vitamins every morning, which I'm doing pretty well on so far. I'd like to say I'm taking them every day. I actually feel great for it. A turmeric, I've added turmeric tablets. A big yes from me. Try it. If you take vitamins, if you do all that, turmeric has like literally worked wonders so far. Yeah, I swear by it so far. But yeah, I don't really set them because of that. You know, I feel like when I see people saying I'm going to get 5,000 followers on TikTok, or I'm going to do, they seem like very like kind of like, you know, you're looking too in depth. You're looking into too much of the finer details. And it almost sets you up to like not hit that. It sets you up to, you know, kind of concentrate so hard on that. But how are you going to get there? And it goes with every New Year's resolutions. You know, if you do something so granular and so this, or like what, you know, if I say I'm going to hit 500 followers and I hit 400, you know, what's wrong with me? You shouldn't feel like that. And what I was thinking because it was countless, I was seeing it across all timelines, countless lists of numbers. And I thought, like, why not concentrate on what you can control? Like I can control, I would put out 2 videos a week on YouTube. I can control, I could put out a video a day on TikTok. I can't control the numbers that come in. So like these New Year's resolutions, yeah, it looks great. And I'm going to do this. It's going to be this. It's going to be this. You're looking at the result rather than the journey to get there. And I feel like I've covered that in the previous 2 episodes of, that whole measuring your success and measuring against others. Why has this person got this? Why has that person got that many followers? I'm not doing anything different. It goes the same. It's that mindset. Now, your New Year's resolutions, could be, what am I going to put in? And then the outcome, then look back in 2020, at the end of 2024, when 2025 is coming and going, I grew this much. You did grow that much. I did get this many followers in 2024. I did get, they're figures that you can say, they're literally written down. But like to guess a figure and to try and hit it without really thinking about the input that goes into that is something that I just felt was like quite poignant to bring up, and I wanted to say it. And that's kind of what I told myself when I was reading this. And like I said, it goes for everything. You can't say, I'm going to lose a stone in weight, but how are you going to get there? Why not say I'm going to walk an hour walk every Saturday with my family, or I'm going to walk the dog more. I'm going to get up in the morning and go for a jog. Those things you can measure, and you will get a result at the end. But yeah, I just wanted to say the result is great, but you can't really measure that, and it will set yourself up for thinking, oh gosh, I didn't hit that, or why am I not hitting that, or I've got 1 follower in the first 3 months and I'm meant to be hitting 5,000. I just thought it was an interesting point. Having a clear idea of what you want to do is healthy, right? It's healthy, but it's quite unhealthy to measure yourself on that. It's not fair to punish yourself over it. It's not fair you can't control it. Being as I was a bit late with the podcast, it got me to thinking about and I think New Year's around, that whole thing around New Year's with this whole reinventing yourself for the new year. It got me thinking a little bit about like mental health and what headspace that can put you in. And it's quite interesting really, because mental health is something so vast. I'm not going to cover it in one episode, and I couldn't, and I wouldn't want to, because it is so vast of a subject. But it's okay not to feel okay. It's okay not to feel up to me not feeling up to doing the podcast. It's okay not to feel like you're going to, put this amount of videos out. And I think it's good to know that it's okay, rather than to feel terrible on yourself. And it obviously is a spiral of feeling worse and worse. It's appreciating when you do feel great for doing it. I oh my gosh, I got to tell you, I done a TikTok stream today in my lunch break. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I have kind of gone live on TikTok a couple of times, but not really gone too far into it. And oh my gosh, I had the best time. It was under an hour. I had like 20 odd follows in that under an hour. They were like rolling in. I had new people chatting to me. And I felt like that excitement that I used to feel on Twitch. I feel like with Twitch, it's kind of leveled out into this space where I don't get a lot of new traffic now. I'm not sure why, because I used to like be absolutely busy with follows and new people on my channel. So something has changed in the atmosphere. I don't know what it is. I honestly think it's something to do with discoverability. My stream, I haven't changed. I still have all of the gang come in. But TikTok just felt like that Twitch used to. And I'm going to experiment more with it. And that hasn't come from setting myself a goal of doing this. It has come from, I tried it. I really, really liked how I felt afterwards. I felt that excitement. I felt that, that buzz and that enjoyment out of saying hi to new people. And that is kind of, what drew me into streaming. And it was just so exciting. And it's funny because obviously on TikTok, it's not monetized to a point for me, like Twitch is. You know, I have subscribers, but TikTok, it was just the thrill of like being introduced to new people and the thrill of like people are enjoying it, they're following. There's something in that. So I'm definitely going to be doing it. And also, I feel like with Twitch, I do the set nights. I used to do 4 nights, then I did 3 nights, then I did 2 nights, and they're always the same nights each week. And I don't change that. But with TikTok, it kind of feels like a bit off the cuff. Like, oh, I fancy it. I'll go live. And that is like, and it has an extreme appeal to me. It's almost like I want to do it more and more and more and just fit it in. Like, oh, before work, I could get on for an hour. I'm going to see how it goes. And I'll keep you posted. I promise. I'll keep you posted on my findings, on the excitement. And the main thing that reason I wanted to share that with you is because, well, go and look. But mainly it's because try new things. Try things that you might kind of want to do, but you're not sure if you want to do them. Try them. If it's trying out going badminton, if it's trying out this new shop that you wanted to go to look at whatever you wanted, just go and do it. Do something in the next couple of weeks. By the next time I talk to you on a podcast, go out and try something that you kind of want to try, but you're not sure if you should. Well, not bad things. I'm not saying like, you know, rob a bank. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? Like, go and try something that you kind of just think, why not? I'm just going to do it. And just let me know what you tried and let me know how it made you feel. Because honestly, I know it sounds so like, you know, I stream all the time, but doing that stream on TikTok today, I honestly felt excited. And I actually went to stop at one point, and then one of my community, someone I know very well, was in there. They left and then they come back and went, oh no, don't go. And then a load of new other people come in and like started talking as well. And I thought, no, I'll go a bit longer. And it was nice to feel like I could do that. I was playing DayZ. That's another thing I wanted to tell you. I have been playing DayZ for fun, and I have been absolutely mesmerized by this game. I'm not even joking. Do you know, in the last couple of episodes I've said like I've been trying to set aside time to play a game, not for content. Look, I know I just said to you I streamed it on TikTok today, and actually at the end of my Twitch stream tonight I played it again, but it's because I cannot get enough of it. It is so much fun, and I was playing it for the absolute fun of playing it. I've been playing it all week in the odd hours here and there where I can, and I have been hooked. So I've done it. I've done it, and look, it was great. So that thing where I was saying to you to set aside time to do something for you, I have done it, and I honestly, I feel like, I don't know, like it's given me a joy for a game again. I can't explain it. It's like a joyous feeling, like how I felt when I was younger playing games, or like if a game, I feel like excitement. I've been like reading up on it. I started a Reddit thread on it. I've tried to talk to people about it to find it, because it's so involved, this game. I don't know if you've played DayZ, but it's like a survival game, open world. There's other players in the world. There's zombies, and you have to basically like kind of loot and like craft and like get food to survive. And it's quite a harsh game. Like, it's not very forgiving on, like, you can die of hunger, die of thirst. It's so good. It is so good. And even the small thrill of finding a piece of fruit on the floor when you're like starving is like, it's great. So yeah, that was another bit of good news. Gosh, I'm bringing all the good news in with the new year, but that's another thing that I done. Did you try and play that game yet that you wanted to play, or do that thing that you wanted to do? Let me know. You know where I am. And you certainly know where I am on TikTok, because it's Hollywood Jays. And do pop in and say to me, you heard me say about the pop-up streams and you found one, because I would be thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. On the vein of like kind of feeling good and like turning around that kind of feeling of like, because I actually saw a tweet. Sorry, I'm just going through my journal. I saw a tweet this week on my timeline, and it was someone saying that they didn't feel great because they didn't feel in a productive routine, and they felt down. And they have lots of plans and ideas, and they struggle to get going. And And it really got me thinking, and hand in hand, it got me thinking about obviously what I'm telling you about New Year's resolutions. And it was in that strain. It's in the circles that I'm in. It's in gaming, and someone writing that, they just, it made me really think about that feeling of thinking everyone around you is doing good or doing content or doing, videos, and they're doing well. And like, what can't I do? Why can't I do that? Why can't I feel that motivated? Why can't I whack out that content 4 TikToks a day? And how am I not getting the news straight away? And someone else is, do you know what? I'm going to let you into a little secret. Everybody feels like that. The people that you are seeing with this spanking amazing content, showcasing with brands, working with brands, how are they getting the brand? They feel like that. And I promise you they feel like that. They're not tweeting that, or they're not saying that, or you might not think that they say that, but it's again going back to what I said last time about the Instagram reality and everyone feels like that. We're all human, right? We all feel like that. I feel like that. I feel unmotivated some days. I feel really inspired and creative other days. It's not to say that I will be like on the wayside feeling, unmotivated and not very creative. That changes, it passes, it will change, or you'll get onto something and really find a love of it. But really, the feeling of feeling like you cannot do it, or you don't feel like motivated and you feel like blah, it breeds that feeling of blah. So I try to think, like, if I have a day where I'm not feeling very inspired, because, I create content and I create ideas for my job as well as for, streaming and content. And I find the way, I don't know, to try and get myself out of that funk. And I mean, have you got any tips? Tell me. But I find if I have my morning, like I kind of set my morning out, I look forward to taking the dog out for a walk, because I do that first thing every morning. And it kind of actually gets me up and jumps me, into gear, like wakes me up. And it's freezing at the moment. I don't know where you are, where you're listening to this, but in London right now, it is ice cold. But I still get up and I take the dog out. Before that, I have my tea. I nearly do the same thing every morning. And, I don't want to say I'm a creature of habit, because I like to think I'm quite a spontaneous person. I'm a little bit of I could stay in forever if I wanted to, if I could, should I say. But I'm also love going out. I'm quite social. So like in the morning, I've got my routine. I have my tea. I look through all my, annoyingly, I look through my phone, because that's, I've talked about that already. I have my tea, and then the dog kind of stirring. I, freshen up, brush my teeth, get changed, walk the dog. And then I come back and I usually have another tea. I have so many teas. And I got, actually for Christmas, I got a new coffee thing, and I'm so excited about it. It's like I can't think what they're called, like, the ones that you plunge down. Oh gosh, the name's failing me. I got one of those, and I got this really cool, funky coffee called, it's grind coffee from a coffee place in Shoreditch. And I don't know, it's something about that routine of making that I really look forward to. Isn't that wild? Like, I'm not even that much of a coffee person, but I found like when I was working at Xbox, I'd go in and I'd like get a coffee on the way. So it kind of that little enjoyment kind of left when I started working from home. So I thought, no, do you know what? And normally like for like Christmas, say Secret Santa, I'll be like, Pokemon cards, please. But I actually thought I'm going to get something that I'll really, really enjoy. So anyway, I got this coffee, lovely tin, lovely kind of plunger thing, and I'll make sure I set aside time and do that. And I do it, and I've followed the instructions. I let it set, I let it settle, I scrape the top bit off, I plunge it down, and I've got 2 cups of coffee that I sip slowly, and it keeps it warm. And I'm telling you now, like, it's like it kind of gets me in the gist of it in the morning, and it's so funny. And from that, the productivity that I feel, is set around that kind of thing in the morning. And I think, right, I'm going to go and leave the coffee to set. I'm going to go check my emails, do my bits, check timelines, check for trending content. And while the coffee's doing that, and then I get the coffee, and then it's my morning catch-up meeting with the rest of my team. And I drink the coffee. And I don't know, there's something in it. I'm telling you. So when you're feeling unmotivated and you're feeling, like, you're inwardly looking at yourself in that way, all I'm saying is, like, kind of fall into what you can control and what you can find enjoyment out of. And the rest should fall into place. Or if it doesn't fall into place, it'll at least give you something to focus on that's not, I can't do this, or I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling great enough to make a great video. Because, I don't know, it's working for me. It's working for me. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put into that little morning routine the vitamins. I take the vitamins first thing as well. It makes me drink a whole glass of water. I'm good to go. And I know I sound like one of those, like, come on, Leah, let's drink water, let's drink. I'm honestly not like that as a person. Give me chips covered in cheese and loads of mayonnaise and nuggets, and I'll sit there and eat it 7 days a week. I would. I'm not like a health person. I should be, but I'm not. But like these little things, it's kind of something that I look forward to. And I've never been a routine person. I'm honestly quite unorganized and can be a bit like slapdash. But it's really got me into that mind frame of I'm at work, I'm going to be doing this. And yeah, I just wanted to share that little motivator. Even if it's getting up and making sure you make your bed and you go and, I don't know, watch that, do this, listen to this podcast, whatever it is, it gets you going in the morning. Listen to a song, listen to like one of your favorite songs. That, honestly, if I'm feeling like it, because I feel like if you start the day and you have a little bit of like a grumble or like something knocks you, it can like knock the whole day. Am I wrong? So yeah, like a good song, a good podcast, I'm there. I'm like ready. Or I've been ringing my sister every morning on my dog walk. I ring my sister, who doesn't live in this country. She's not been very well this year. I ring her every morning and we chat and we talk, and it sets me up for the day, and I love it. So yeah, that's, it's fine to feel negative, but also I'm trying to say sometimes it takes something like that to just snap you out of it and get you on the right track. But yeah, everyone feels like this. Everyone, I promise. I feel like it. I feel like it often too. So if you did set any New Year's goals, what kind of New Year's goals did you set yourselves? And, how do you feel about them? Do reach out and let me know. I was going to say a note. If there are any, and I spoke about brands at the beginning, but if there are any brands that kind of want to talk to me about, having a little segment or anything on this podcast, do reach out and let me know on a side note, because it's a new and exciting platform for me and I'm really enjoying it. I'm super enjoying it. On that, we've gone down the line of like looking after your mental health in the new year and creating the content you want to create for the year. Appreciation is a big thing that I have really thought about, because it's funny. I had a conversation with my friend a little while ago now. If she's listening, she'll probably know that it's her that I'm talking about. But we were talking about like baths. Like, I'm a bath person. I don't know. A lot of people are shower people. I'm a bath person. And my friend was saying the same, because it's so rare to find people that like baths. I know. I don't know. Do you like baths? I love baths. Anyway. I think, honestly, that comes from working in restaurants and being on my feet all day. The last thing I want to do is stand up and wash. I just want to sit down. But yeah, my friend was talking about baths, and we were saying like, baths are great, or with candles and that. And I was like, you have candles when you have a bath, like a normal bath, like a daily bath? And she was like, yeah, do you not? And I was like, well, no, like what effort? Sometimes I just have a bath. And she was like, oh, baths are so much better with candles. And I said, yes, but you wouldn't know they were better unless you'd had baths without them. And doesn't that hit the nail on the head? And it makes me smile to think of that analogy. But, appreciating a bath with candles, you appreciate it so much more when you don't have a bath with candles. And, that goes with everything. It goes with, appreciating the things that you do take time, they take perseverance, that they take, energy, and appreciate that process rather than, feeling annoyed by the process or feeling annoyed at the outcome, or only liking something if it has a good outcome. If it doesn't, it's rubbish, what I'm telling you about the videos and stuff. By the way, my YouTube series, I stopped doing it, didn't I? Do you know what I said about YouTube and not being one of those people that sticks to a YouTube series? I was playing Life is Strange on stream. I just finished it tonight, actually, because I record these podcasts late at night after my streams on a Wednesday. I stopped uploading the videos because they weren't getting traction. It was a straight rip from TikTok, from Twitch. Gosh, I'm getting so confused with all the social medias today. And I stopped doing it. So watch this space. I'll probably think up another concoction of a YouTube series and put it up. But until then, nothing's going up. I'm really excited about TikTok, to be honest. It's like really, it's really, really given me that thrill of early days of streaming. What have you tried or going to try this year? Do please let me know. Reach out. So I really wanted to keep this episode light, airy, and about the positivity that you can create just from being positive about what's going on and knowing what you can't control. You cannot base your whole, you on, you can't control. You don't feel great to do videos, but what you can control is other bits to get you back in that headspace to make content and, be happy and do what you're meant to be doing. And I know it's no quick fix, but I just felt with the new year and all these, rambunctious New Year's resolutions I've been seeing, it's not all about being a better version of you, because the version that you are is good enough. And there is no reason a new year causes a list of things to make you better. You don't need it. Just keep doing what you're doing, be happy, and everything else will fall into place. I promise. Okay, on that note, I will see you in 2 weeks and no later. And we will talk about another portion of content creation and gaming. I hope to hear from some of you. If there's anything you want me to discuss, please do tweet me, Hollywood Jays, Instagram, come on a stream, whatever you like. And I was thinking of maybe trying to get a interview of some kind going. Not an interview, it sounds formal. Maybe a chat with another content creator. But I will keep you posted on that and whether I can wrangle someone into it. Take care. Have a very safe couple of weeks until I speak to you next. And keep doing what you're doing. Share with me the content you're creating. I want to see it. Please do. Tag me and let me know that you've heard this. Rate it on the podcast that you're listening to. And I can't wait to see the content you're making. Take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye. Thanks for listening to another episode with me, Holly. If you want to find me on socials, at Hollywood Jays on everything. Spelling should be in the title, let's hope. If you could rate the podcast 5 stars, it would mean a lot to me. I'll see you on the next episode. Many thanks to Richard Lawrence for my wonderful music. I very much appreciate it. I'll see you all next time.